Good morning, everybody. This video will probably be up in the morning or sometime in the afternoon. It's currently 4:45 in the morning, and I'm suffering from this heat death because apparently this fucking room gets no circulation. It's 62 degrees outside, and I am hotter than a motherfucker right now. California, please end me. This isn't a request. This is a cry for help. Please do it. Anyway, it's 4:45, close to 5 o'clock in the morning, and tier lists are popular, I guess. So, you can go on Twitter and see all the wrong tier lists that Justin Wong has been posting recently. Every single one of them are wrong. I don't understand how you can make something like that and then not want to drink bleach afterwards. But I'm sorry, Justin. I don't mean that seriously. Please don't get mad at me. Your tier list just suck. Anyway, we're going to be taking a look at Tekken tier lists, or I'm going to be making Tekken tier lists. I made this one, what was it, back on the 16th? And I made two of them. One was on the 15th, the other one I think was on 16th, something like that. But this one is for gameplay purposes. This is rating the best Tekkens in terms of gameplay. And I didn't get ratioed as hard as I thought I would, so I thought I'd make a video and see how badly I get ratioed there. So we're going to be taking a look at every Tekken game, and we're going to be putting them into a tier list. So since we got this whole thing going right now, we're gonna just bring it on up, and we're gonna take a look at the games that we have. So, you know what? I really should just size this more appropriately. Give me a second. Get myself a drink. Gonna get me some. Please sponsor me, Sparkling Ice. You make some really good shit. I just woke up 30 minutes ago. Can you tell? Okay, so we got these in order from Tekken. As you can see, we got about 18 games to go through. We got Tekken 1 through Tekken 7. And these are all the ones that have gameplay. I'm not including, was it Tekken Mobile? That's going to be in the second tier list. But let's go ahead and let's just get right on into it. As you can see, we got S tier, A tier, B tier, C tier, and Tag 2 tier. So we're going to start with the first one. If you played Tekken 1 and you liked it, I'm sorry. The only good thing about it is its soundtrack. That gets put into the Tag 2 tier list. Now, for Tekken 2 is going to be arguably some of the most people's most favorite tier list, including a certain YouTuber named Kategoris, but objectively he is wrong. I'm very mean-spirited right now. I like Kategoris. Tekken 2 is again like Tekken 1, where it has a good soundtrack, but honestly the gameplay is not very good, so it goes into the C tier. Let me resize that. I didn't size these. I didn't prepare these. I woke up 30 minutes ago and I decided to do this stupid ass video, but it goes in the C tier. It's below mid tier, but it's not trash tier. Tekken 3, it's overrated. Goes in A tier. No, I like Tekken 3 a lot. It's just that it's like everybody's go-to. That's my favorite Tekken, so that's why I call it overrated. It's the Final Fantasy VII of Tekken games. Tekken Advance, never really fucking played Tekken Advance. Goes into the Tag 2 tier. Pretty much all I can say. That's the other thing, is I didn't include Tekken Advance when I made that other tier list. So didn't play it. Goes in the trash tier. Tekken Tag Tournament. Tekken Tag Tournament is one of my favorite Tekken games of all time. I love this game to death. It goes in S tier. That it's just, you can't dispute that. If you don't think Tag 1 is top tier, you're wrong. Yeah, factually, I can prove this with science. I can prove it scientifically why you're wrong. Okay, and then this one is going to be the most controversial because apparently everybody likes to dunk on Tekken 4. Tekken 4 is a good game. It's a sleeper S tier. The reason why I say that is because all you don't like Tekken being any different than what Tekken has done since 5.0 onwards. You guys just, I don't understand why you guys hate Tekken 4 so much. Tekken 4 is a good game, all right? It's really good. It also has a really, we'll get to that in the soundtrack, but it has a good soundtrack too. So that's where I'm going with that. Tekken 4 is easily an S tier. Okay, so next we're on to Tekken 5. Tekken 5.0 sucks and goes in A tier just because DR exists. And for that note, DR goes into S tier because that is still arguably my favorite Tekken game of all time. Tekken 5 Dark Resurrection is my favorite Tekken, and is the superior version of Tekken 5.0, which is why Tekken 5 is an A tier. It's behind Tekken 3, I guess. Where they are on the tier list doesn't really matter, or where they are on the same tier doesn't really matter too much. That's just where I have it. But yeah, Tekken 5 DR is the best Tekken game there is, and Tekken 5.0 is lower on the tier list because it is just inferior in every way to Tekken 5 Dark Resurrection. I can't talk, I just woke up, can you tell? Tekken 6 Bloodline Rebellion. This game is great. It is a fantastic game, and it's one of my favorite Tekken games. Probably my third favorite Tekken game, so it goes right here into A tier. Let me just resize this because resize. I can't talk today. Resizing it just cuz. Okay, Tekken 3D Prime. Never played it. Goes into Tag 2. It's probably a good game. It's probably a fun game, but I don't play any games like this on a 3DS. Fuck no. Alright, I'll play it on an emulator with the stick, but I ain't touching 3D Prime. Maybe on a stream sometime. I don't know. Oh, I feel a sneeze coming on. Can I die? Is that an option right now? Alright, so I included all the versions of Tag 2, even though really I didn't need to. Mainly, I'm just gonna put these in their tiers. Okay, so Tekken Tag 2, Tekken Tag Tournament 2 is one of the worst Tekkens in existence, and I mean that. Even though I created like 500 fucking videos for this thing, it is one of my most unfun Tekkens to play. But because the logo is really fucking cool, I'm gonna put the original arcade release Tekken Tag Tournament 2 in B tier. Tekken Unlimited is the one that we got here, or is basically what the console version of Tag 2 is. Because this logo is infinitely better than I think is infinitely better than the Tekken Tag Tournament 2 one, that also goes into B tier. I know, this shouldn't be a logo tier list, that should be separate, but whatever, shut up. Okay, so next we got Tekken Tag Tournament 2, and Tekken Tag Tournament 2 goes into C tier. The Wii U version is on an inferior console, so it goes in the Tag 2 tier. It's trash. Well, actually, you know what? No, the fact that it has Mario and Zelda puts it all the way up to B tier. The Wii U version's better than the console version we got, the 360 and the PS3, just because of the stupid costumes and game modes you can get. I forgot for a second that we had them. Tekken Revolution. Tekken Revolution is a really damn fun game, and I'm upset that we can no longer play it anymore, at least in an offline environment, because I really liked going back to a 1v1 after playing Tag 2 for so many years, and I really liked the way the system worked. I didn't like putting the points into everything to make your power, vitality, or whatever stronger, but I did really like the combo system. I liked the 1v1, and it most reminded me of Tekken 5 DR because it went back to there's no tail spins, there's no screw attacks, there's no bounds, or at least there's no bounds mid-combo. So for that, I'm putting Tekken Revolution in B tier. It is one of the better Tekkens, and I kind of wish that it was just its own standalone game that didn't require online servers. Alright, now Tekken 7. Now everybody's gonna question me, probably question why I'm like this, but Tekken 7 sucks, or at least the current version of Tekken 7 sucks. I really hate saying that, as I really like Tekken, but I just don't enjoy playing Tekken 7 currently. But I did play Tekken 7 in the arcades when they came over here, and I played that a lot, and for that reason, I really like the original Tekken 7, so that one's going into A tier. But for Fated Retribution and Tekken 7, they're basically the same game. But this one basically belongs in C tier. That belongs in C tier because the logo's better. And then this one that's just Tekken 7. Tekken 7 is Tag 2 tier. It's really just I don't enjoy the game. But that's basically that's basically the tier list. I believe that mine is correct, and if you say otherwise, get that ass banned. Alright, so we're going to be taking a look at Tekken soundtracks. So this is my tier list for Tekken soundtracks. Again, this is arguably the correct tier list, and you are free to post yours at me on Twitter, or don't at me. I prefer if you didn't with your trash tier list, but if you want to get critiqued to high hell or whatever it is, then you can go ahead and just do just that. So we're going to start again with the first Tekken. First Tekken is really damn good, and what did I put it at? I put it at A tier. It has a really damn good soundtrack. The only thing that keeps it from being S tier is Armor King's theme. That still haunts my nightmares to this day. Don't look up Armor King's theme. Really, don't. And okay, so we're gonna go Tekken 2. Tekken 2 is A tier. It has one, or it's S tier. It has one of the best Tekken soundtracks. It is one of the best soundtracks in the whole series, bar none. It is like Be in the Mirror, Kazuya's theme, Michelle's theme, you know, Lee's theme, almost the entire soundtrack is almost perfect. Like there's Beck's theme, which, what the fuck were they smoking when they came up with that song? But other than that, almost every one of all the songs, almost all of them are just masterpieces. So that's why that goes into S tier. Alright, we're gonna go with Tekken 3 next, and Tekken 3, just like its gameplay, is overrated, so it goes into A tier. It's a good soundtrack. It's just that, it's like, again, just like its gameplay. It's, I think a lot of people give it too much praise. Even though it does have a lot of good songs on it, it's not the best soundtrack in the whole series. Tekken Advance. Never heard anything from Tekken Advance. Goes into Tag 2 tier. It's probably good music, but I've never used it in any of my videos, and I've never really listened to it, so I honestly don't know what's in Tekken Advance's soundtrack. Tekken Tag Tournament, again, just like its gameplay, it's S tier. It's one of the best, probably the best soundtrack in terms of Tekken soundtracks. So I use it a lot. I used it a lot in Tag 2. I used it quite often in Tekken 7. There was a lot of points where I used music from this game. Same thing with Tekken 2, and with the next one, which is Tekken 4. Tekken 4, just like its game, is also S tier. Tekken 4, along with Tag 2, or along with Tekken Tag Tournament and another game on here, arguably is my favorite soundtrack out of the entire series. Tekken 5. Tekken 5 is another one that belongs in the S tier. Solely because of Poolside. Poolside theme is the best Tekken theme, hands down. If you don't agree with me, I will fight you on the side of the street for that. Okay, this right here is the best. Poolside puts it in S tier. I know that in the original one on Twitter, I think I put it in A tier, but whatever. Opinions change. Shut up. Okay. Tekken 5 DR also goes into A tier, mainly because I don't think it has Poolside, if I remember right. It has a completely new soundtrack from... If I remember right, it has like a new a separate soundtrack. Hold on, because I can't remember. It's been a hot minute since I played DR, and I want to see the soundtrack because I know the songs from it, but I don't remember if it kept some of the old original Tekken 5 songs, and as far as I can tell, no, it didn't. At least this soundtrack does, from Namco Music Center. And you wonder why I put it on A tier, not S tier. Alright, next is Tekken 6. Tekken 6 has a really damn good soundtrack, so that goes into A tier as well. Not the greatest, you know, one ever, but it does its job. It's a good soundtrack. My favorite one is probably Electric Fountain. Electric Fountain's probably the best song, along with Yoshimitsu stage, the snow stage, Majin Valley, or whatever it is. I forget the names of the songs right now, but that's also a really good song. Tekken 3D Prime, I use a lot of music from. I've used quite a few songs from 3D Prime Edition. I've never played the game, but I've listened to the soundtrack because I have every Tekken soundtrack on my computer, and this is probably one of my favorite ones to use music from, so that goes into B tier. I've used quite a few songs from Tekken 3D Prime, so that's gonna go there. Tag 2 has arguably some of the worst music I've ever heard in a Tekken soundtrack, outside of a couple of songs, the intro and customization menu and a couple of other songs. But for the most part, I can't remember any of the music. Oh, the Sakura Schoolyard. Yeah, like, it's either remixes or like the customization and maybe the online menu theme or whatever. But for the most part, it sucks. And the only reason probably one of the biggest reasons I don't remember any of it is because I hate it so much that I use the jukebox or Tekken tunes, and I just switched all the songs out for older Tekken games. So that belongs square, just right in the Tag 2 tier. Alright, so Tekken Revolution has one of my favorite Tekken soundtracks. So it's miles or leagues better than Tag 2's abysmal ass fucking soundtrack. I can't even. Don't get me started on why I dislike Tag 2. Tekken Revolution goes into A tier because whoa. Yeah, that and almost every one of the stages has some really damn good music. It belongs at A tier. Tekken 7 and Tekken 7 console belong in their own tiers, mainly because Tekken 7 had a bunch of different music from Fated Retribution, which is the one that we got, and the original Tekken 7 soundtrack is really good, so that goes into B tier. And Tekken 7 soundtrack blows hard dong, aside from a few songs, so it goes into C tier. Tekken Mobile, where is that? Tekken Mobile, I've never played Tekken Mobile, but I listened to some of its music before I made the original tier list, and it's pretty good. I'd say it's probably in C tier as well. Probably a little bit, I'd say it's probably a little higher. Where Tekken 7 is more closer to Tag 2 tier, Tekken Mobile is a little closer to B tier. So, you know, Tekken Mobile I think has a better soundtrack than Tekken 7. But again, there you go. That's basically the tier list. And you're free to disagree with me and post your own. And I will tell you why you're wrong. I can't wait to see. I can't wait to get ratioed on here and on Twitter about how my choices are bad. It is still early in the morning, so like it if you liked it, dislike it if you did. Post your own tier list or in the comments or on Twitter. You should know what my Twitter is. I'm doing the giveaway still. That's going to be down in the description as well. I'm giving away a boom arm or a mic, a desktop mic arm. I'm giving away a Blue Yeti, as well as an Elgato Game Capture HD, Elgato HD 60, and all of that is going to be bundled together as one thing for somebody who wants to start doing content creation again, or anybody who wants to get into the whole YouTube thing of making content or streaming. But yeah, other than that, there's t-shirts available at the merch store. You can support us over there. You can go watch us on Twitch. I'll probably be going through all the Tekken games sometime Saturday or next week. And yeah, there's just other videos. Subscribe if you want to see more videos. Hit the bell icon. Do all that stuff. And yeah, like, subscribe, do all that. Watch the other videos. The last video I put out was Frost video. Some other stuff. I'm gonna try balancing out content review, like review videos and like combo video stuff. Maybe some stupid shit like this. And yeah, take care, everybody, and I'll see you guys in my next video where I show up. Peace. I don't know why I did that. Just roll fucking end credits. End card.